Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to a special edition of Real News Live, a special Thursday edition. We're going to talk about pets today and pet treatments with a couple of special guests, Diana and Kristen from Boulder City, Nevada, who have some really cool products for your pet health and other cool things that we can talk about as well, about getting your pets healthy and happy and fixing all of their issues. So we're going to learn a lot today, and we're really looking forward to that. First of all, however, I do want to get to, and of course, was Mike ready with this or not? No, he wasn't. Moose ticker. Okay, what I want to do is start with a little quick news update on what's going on in the financial sector and around the world. So one of the things that I think is really interesting is there have been reports from a lot of people at high levels. It's interesting, Mark's not available. We don't really know where Mark is. Mark is in Florida somewhere or on his way back from Florida. We don't know. We don't know why he went to Florida. At least I don't. We didn't do a Whiskey and Wisdom last night, and we missed talking to all of you guys there. But one of the things that is pretty interesting is that there have been with almost unanimity, intel providers, people who I think know something and know some people, have been saying, TNT Tony said that they're basically ready to go. We have reports from Wolverine, of course, as we always do, and Bruce calling it every Thursday and Tuesday like he always does. But this feels different. And so some of the information that I have, I wanted to pass on to you guys. I'm hearing the last step in the redemption centers to complete the identification and training of their staff will end tonight, December 13th. That was actually last night. So supposedly the redemption center staff are trained and up to speed on what they have to do. The U.S. Treasury has told the redemption centers they would have scheduled appointments for the next 7 to 9 days. Well, that hasn't started yet. Notifications for Tier 4B, us, the internet group, were supposed to be yesterday. That did not happen. However, it's still Thursday the 14th, December 14th. That's when things are supposed to get rolling. There is and was pressure for this to be done before Friday, December 15th. That absolutely aligns up with what Jen gave you in her Gentel 2 Mondays ago. So 2-week window ends on the 15th. Now, why is the 15th important? The December 15th is important because that is the day that in Iraq they published something called the Gazette. That is where all of their new laws have to be published in print for the entire country to see. And if they were to change their exchange rate, you would see it in the Gazette on the 1st or the 15th of the month. So that could be very important. Information also I have from my bond guy on the side. I know a guy who knows a guy that's got bonds, the historic bonds. His information is there were meetings in Dubai yesterday between the Central Bank of Iraq, the United States Treasury, and the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Those meetings would serve only one purpose: to inform and set and agree and sign off on the international rate for the Iraqi dinar. That would be the only reason they would have a meeting. I think it's very interesting they had that meeting 2 days before the Gazette comes out and 2 days before all these other rumors come out. The bond guy was told he will be paid on Friday. Now, he said last week that his paper was called in 2 weeks ago. That means they called in his bonds, they processed them, they verified them, and they know how much money he is owed. He was told Friday, tomorrow, the 15th, he will get paid. But there's no reason that it could not be today, that things could not be announced today. I found that to be very interesting information. TNT Tony, take him with a grain of salt. I don't entirely trust TNT Tony. He's a Democrat. He's on the Obama side of things, but he does seem to know some people. He says they're lined up at the bank right now in anticipation. Hope you're ready. And what he means by that is that there are people that he knows that have been called into the banks or told to be ready to come to the bank today to do their exchanges. Hasn't happened yet, but that is where everything seems to be sitting at the moment, which I find to be a fascinating series of confluence of events that I just think is unlikely to be coincidental. So, does this mean it's going to happen? It does not mean that. Does not mean we're going to have a revaluation. I'm just going to tell you this: if they announce a dinar rate of $1 or something, or 86 cents, I'm taking $500,000 of my dinar, walking to the nearest bank, opening up a new account, and saying here, and paying off my entire life and buying a new car, buy the Porsche, something like that, to take care of all this stuff. I'm not waiting. I wouldn't wait if I was you. I just wanted to tell everybody that I think we're in a very narrow window where the possibility is very, very high that something is about to take place. Phil Godlewski did a live stream last night. Take it for what it's worth. Phil also said that according to everything he's hearing from his side, and he does know some people, the political upheaval is about to begin. So that would be an exciting, he said the next 5 to 7 days could be very exciting. So that's what we're waiting for. And remember, Jen's sequence was financial crash, Biden removal, RV. That's the public RV. That's when they tell the people in public that it's happening. That doesn't mean we haven't gone and done our exchanges before that. So, I would say that by the time there's some sort of financial crisis out there that's created in the media, we should have already gone. And I'm not promising you anything. I've been through this over and over again, but I will tell you, I have never been in a situation where all the information and all the sources, and even some new sources I didn't have 2 years ago, have all said it's right now. It's right now. It's right now. It almost has to go right now. If it doesn't go right now, before the end of the year, I don't know what's going to happen. So that's where we're at, and that's the news update to the best of my knowledge as of today. Okay, I'm now going to welcome in a couple of guests from Boulder City, Colorado. It is Diana and Christian from MikeBarraPets.com. Yes, we have a new site. It's going to be called MikeBarraPets.com. And they're going to talk to us today about their pet products. We're going to go to the website, I believe, at some point here, Jen. Yeah. Or Jen. Christian. And Diana, I'd also like to know, Diana is the mother of the Christmas house in Boulder City, Colorado, which is so spectacularly beautiful. And Dave and I were up there, and we got to get all these. I hear about these single ladies. There's single ladies that are supposed to be there for a big party. We're running out of time, kids. There's only 2 weeks left, so we better get that party going. Me and my bro want to come up there. And they're going to talk to us about their pet health products. So, Diana, why don't you guys kind of introduce you and Kristen, introduce yourselves to the people, and then we'll get going from there.
Awesome. Well, you know what, Mike, it's really been a pleasure getting to know you. I've enjoyed the time we've had together. We were at the meet and greet, and then you came out this weekend, and it was just so much fun. And also getting to know your dog and your brother Dave, and we thank you for this platform. I just recently started watching you maybe 8 months ago, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it and learning a lot about aliens and all the things that I didn't know a whole lot about. So, yeah. So, Kristen,
aliens, by the way, stole my fucking glasses this week.
Oh no!
My friend Sonia made them give them back. So that is a bizarre story, because here's the thing: I had them on in the morning on Saturday morning. I had them on. And then when I went to my car, I didn't have them. In fact, before I even went into the garage, I checked. Oh, I don't have them. Oh, I left them in the house somewhere. I don't need them. I was just going to go buy bagels. Anyway, then I find them in the garage 2 days after Sonia says, I made them give them back, and they promised me they're dropping them somewhere in your house. I found them in the garage where I never had them the day that I lost them.
So how do we find this Sonia? Because I have lost a necklace that I've put out to the universe to have somebody help me find.
Oh, Sonia Grace. Her name is Sonia Grace on Facebook. It's a great way to find her. I'm just warning you, she's not cheap, but she gets things done. I'll tell you what, the thing, it's funny because Jennifer, who I do my show with, is great at the big picture, the geopolitical stuff. And it's funny how psychics can be very specific in their skill sets. I know another one, Denise Zach, the most wonderful pet intuitive I've ever dealt with. Like, if she told me one thing and another psychic told me another thing about my pets, I totally believe Denise over the other one because she's just so reliable. And then Sonia is fantastic at finding stuff. I mean, when I lose something, I'm like, Sonia, do you know where my car keys are? Oh yeah, they're in the grocery bag. Dumb shit. They fell in between the two plastic bags. Yeah, there they are. So that's amazing stuff. Anyway, amazing stuff. But I'll let you guys proceed and tell everybody about where you're at. It's been great getting to know you two. Also.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I've never met Kristen, but I have met them.
Well, this is my dear friend Kristen. So, today we're here to talk about the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. It has PSK and PSP, which you'll learn a little bit more. And this is all for pets and people. This is the most studied mushroom in history. It has 400 medical studies from institutions like MD Anderson, Sloan Kettering, Harvard, Yale, just to say a few. I know how much, Mike, you love your cat and you love your dog. And we are seeing our animals dying at incredible rates from things that they never died from before in this kind of numbers, like cancer, diabetes. 50% of all dogs that die at the vet's office die from cancer. So in 2017 or 2018, Kristen called me and asked if I wanted to be part of this movement to help our fur babies. And, we were retired. But the idea of redirecting money from big pharma, which has not only infiltrated the human medical world, but it's taken hold of our pet industry, was something that really got me to the core. We wanted to redirect this money while helping pets and people naturally. My husband and I left retirement. We got certified in pet nutrition and a few other certifications, and we jumped right in. So we're doing this through a mushroom and a process called immunomodulation. This can help with animals and people from the smallest of conditions to the most catastrophic. And I'm going to turn it over to Kristen for more of the technical information about the immune system and about how this works.
Yeah, thanks, Diana. And Mark, you're incredibly intelligent. And or Mike, excuse me, you're incredibly intelligent. And I know a lot of your viewers are also intelligent. So everyone knows what's going on right now. Everyone can see through everything that's trying to be done to all of us. And, sorry, Mike. And what they've successfully been doing is poking holes in our pet's armor, in our body's armor, as many holes as they can. And your body's best defense, its best armor, is your immune system. And it's the same for your pets. Their immune system is their best doctor. It's their best medicine. It's their best surgeon. It's their best everything. So through the foods and treats and toys that we've been giving them, and through the water quality and the air quality and all of the chemicals that we clean with and put in our yards that are getting absorbed into their bloodstreams or their breathing, all of that is compromising their immune systems. And that's why so many of our pets are suffering with cancers, tumors, arthritis, allergies. That's a big one. 1 out of 3 pets gets allergies today. And it just, all these infections that are never ending, it just continues to go on. And they're living half as long as they used to. In 1970, the average age of a golden retriever was 17 years old. And today, the average age of a golden retriever is 9. So this is a really big problem that's been happening for a long time. And just like Diana said, most of it has to just do with money, because when you lose a pet, what do you do instantly to fill that void? You go get another pet. So in their minds, it's replaceable. It's something that we'll just keep doing over and over and over again. So we got to break free out of that system. We got to break free from that hamster wheel that we're stuck in. And the best way to do that is to support the immune system. The immune system repairs and recovers the body. It regulates hormones. It regulates systems. It fights back against foreign invaders and infections and cancers and parasites and all of these different things. And so we need to be doing everything we can to keep their immune system strong. And as responsible pet parents, the best thing that we've found, and we've done a lot of research on it, is this Coriolis versicolor mushroom. And it actually modulates the immune system. So even if your pet has an autoimmune condition, This mushroom can modulate the immune system and help the immune system be less confused, so it knows what to do because it's very intelligent. And so we've been seeing all kinds of things. We actually, our very first experience was with a dog named Zenta, and she was almost 15 years old, and she had a very bad autoimmune disease where her paw pads were peeling off and her fur would come out in clumps when you would pet her. Her eyes were white and she was losing her vision. And the vet, of course, said, well, Huskies usually live to be 12 years old. So at almost 15, that's a long life. We think it's time to say goodbye. And her parents weren't ready to do that. So they took her home, got a couple $100 worth of narcotics and steroids to try to keep her comfortable till her liver gave out, essentially, from all the medications. And they posted on social media that they were sad to say goodbye to her. So we reached out to them and we told them about this mushroom. And more specifically, we take this supplement and we bake it into treats and add it into treats for your pets. So we told them about a little cookie called the Mush Puppies. And because this was the beginning, we were like, we have no idea what, the Mojos too. Yeah. We're like, we have no idea what this could do for Zenta, but it's definitely worth a try. At the very least, it could give her a better quality of life since she was essentially on hospice. So we got the Mush Puppies to her, and 4 days later, they called us and said, what did you give our dog? Yeah. We were like freaking out about it. And they said, no, this is really good. She jumped on the couch. She hasn't done that in a year and a half. And she just continued to improve. A month later, she was off of all the narcotics, off of all the steroids. She was walking around on her own. Her paw pads were healing. Her hair was growing back in. Her eyes were clearing up. And so they decided, hey, let's just run with this. And Zenta ended up living another 4.5 years.
Wow.
She was 19.5 years old. She didn't pass from sickness. She passed from an accident.
And she did a 5-mile hike the day before she passed.
5-mile hike, swimming in the lake, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So that's shocking to us because we've just accepted all of this stuff that's been happening to us. And now there's a way to break free from all of that. And now we're seeing that stories like Zenta are not a fluke. This is the norm of what we're experiencing, because once your pet has that natural support that their bodies deserve, the immune system knows exactly what to do. And it's important to say that this is just a food. It's not a medication. It's not a cure for anything. It's just a food that feeds the immune system. And then the immune system intelligently goes in and does what it was designed to do and does all the work for the body. So we're really confident, regardless of what your pet's experiencing, you just get this mushroom into their systems daily, then their body can do a complete turnaround with the power of the immune system.
Wow, that's a pretty amazing story, and it is pretty fascinating. You guys gave me these the other night when I was at the Christmas house, or Diana did. These are the freeze-dried hand-cut beef liver. Delicious bits for all carnivores, and these have the mushrooms in them too, right? They all do. And Barkley loves them.
And they're really a couple. Good for them. So Mike, we'll take it one step further. In 2020, I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was when the whole world was shutting down. The hospitals weren't operating if you weren't declared life and death. I had nothing in my toolbox except this human form of the mushroom. And I literally dosed myself 5 times the recommended dose because I wanted to slap my body into submission. I was waiting for a board to decide whether or not I was worthy of having the tumor and part of my colon removed. And 30 days go by, I get a call that I had been approved for surgery. I had to go in for blood work. I went in for blood work, and I get a call from the oncology department that they wanted to do an immediate video chat with me. That was a scary thing. And I get on the phone, and my doctor's got this big smile on his face. And he said, what are you doing? And I thought that was such a bizarre question. I'm trying to stay alive. What do you mean? What am I doing? Yeah. And he said, no, Diana. He said, you're in remission. And I remember those words. I knew it was good, but I really didn't know what it meant. What does that really mean? He said, well, every cancer has a marker. Humans, dogs, whatever, it has a marker. And they can measure where you're going. My markers healthy for the type of cancer I had was 2.5 is healthy. I was off the charts. Literally, I went down to 0.5. in 30 days. I've
Wow.
been there 3 years and 10 months. Now, dogs, cats getting cancer. We have studies from Penn State University that basically say if your dog has cancer and it takes this Coriolis versicolor mushroom with the PSP and PSK, which we'll talk about, your dog will live longer and healthier. For a university to put that in writing is huge. That's huge. But my story isn't just mine. We hear these stories. Kristen had an autoimmune disease that she has gotten off all of her medications. Today, we had a testimonial from this incredible lady about her doctor saying, you have to go on statins. Your cholesterol is so high, you have to go on statins. She called us in tears because she just got her blood work done after 60 days on the mushroom. She doesn't have to go on statins. Yeah. The body repaired itself.
And it's irrefutable. Like you don't
even funnel me some of this stuff. Anyway, go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, it's irrefutable. It's not even taking our word for it. You know, there are over 400 published studies, and these researchers and cancer researchers are more intelligent than any of us, right? And they're all finding the same thing across the board. And what's most amazing about this mushroom is not only is it safe for animals, because not all mushrooms are safe, but because it's just a whole food, it doesn't have any side effects. It doesn't interact with any medications or treatments. You know, can't get addicted. You can't overdose. So it really is a gift that's just dramatically improving the immune system. So then the immune system can go and do the work that it was designed to do.
Is that the same, Diana? Is that the same for the, you said you were taking the human version of this?
Yeah, it's the same.
Like 5 times the dosage.
Right.
But the same thing applies where there's no real side effects.
This is the mushroom, the beautiful turkey tail mushroom. People call it a turkey tail because it looks like a turkey tail. But here's the caution that we have. Turkey tail mushroom, when it's in full bloom and it is its most beautiful, is actually next stage is to die, to become inert. If it's not harvested in the mycelial state, kind of like an umbilical cord, if it's not harvested, then it doesn't have the polysaccharides that it needs, the PSP and the PSK, which makes it the most potent. And so if you're just buying turkey tail, you could see some positive results, but you're not going to see the results that you're going to see if you buy the ones that doesn't have PSP and PSK. Like a rose. A rose is most beautiful right before it dies. And most companies are harvesting this and cultivating it when it's the biggest and most beautiful because it's the most cost-effective way to do it for them. Right. So it is really important that you get the right strain. But humans, dogs, cats, guinea pigs, goats, horses. My gosh, we have mush ponies. Mush ponies. We have stories of race horses, their performance better. We have stories of horses with Cushing's. We have a horse here in town.
Cushing's is a bad disease. I had a cat with Cushing's disease.
Yeah, and he literally within 4 days, the officer who owned this mounted patrol horse said, "I can't believe the difference in my horse's gait." And then when it was time for shed, the shed worked better. I mean, everything just fell into line. And this is also great for big dogs.
Yeah, that are the size of horses.
Yeah, that are 100-pound dogs. We've got a lot of them out there. It ends up being about $10 a month. Everything we do is affordable.
And that's also really helpful. Like if your pet has an extreme condition like a cancer or severe allergies or chronic pain or rheumatoid arthritis, those types of things, it's more cost effective to get those mush ponies. And to give them the mush ponies.
I have a little, mousing stiffness because I've been trying to conquer Russia for the last.
Well, and Mike, we had a gal that had rheumatoid arthritis so bad that by the time she'd get to work every morning, it was 9:30, 10 o'clock because she just couldn't get going in the morning. And we put her, and she's also allergic to mushrooms, which is very interesting. We put her on the Coriolis versicolor. Her allergy was just that she would break out in hives, and she thought it was worth it to try. She didn't break out in hives because of the purity of this. And literally 3 months later, one morning, I got a call from her, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and she said, "I just want you to know I'm at work." And I thought that was like, why are you telling me this? She said, "Diana, I've never been to work before 9:30 in my last 4 years because I couldn't get going. Now I can." So rheumatoid arthritis for people, for animals, for dogs, inflammation.
Especially
it's weird. I'm developing just a little bit of stiffness in my hands now in this last year or so, just from so much computer stuff.
Yeah, and what's something that might be really helpful with this yellow bottle is called the Enforce Plus. And this is the Coriolis versicolor mushroom, but it also has some reishi mushroom in it, which is an alkalinizing mushroom that can be really helpful for that inflammation too.
Well, it's also good for
Kind of like-
cholesterol.
Mhm.
It's also
Blood
good for
pressure.
blood pressure.
Blood sugar
So
levels.
we have to kind of match the person and the animal with the type of mushroom, because
Right.
we
Well,
want
you know,
to
blood
have
pressure- I'm
yeah.
sorry, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
All animals and people should at the very least be on the Coriolis versicolor mushroom,
Mhm.
because it's sickening to think that the entire world can shut down in just a minute, right? And they can coerce and trick and force people to do all these things that they don't want to do.
Mhm.
And so what's amazing is when you know that you're keeping your immune system strong, when you know that your pet's immune systems are supported, no matter what gets thrown at us, it gives us the peace of mind of knowing we're doing everything we can to keep the armor strong. So no matter what they poke us with, which they're just little pokes, by the way, the immune system's way stronger than we know that it is. They know how strong the immune system is, which is why they're trying to compromise it so horribly in everything that they're doing, because they know how powerful the body is.
Well, and Dana just brought up a good point here when she wanted to know about allergies and that her animal's getting shots. You know, this is the sad part. We know that they don't want cures. They want customers.
Yeah.
They've infiltrated the pet industry just like they have Big Pharma with the human industry. I was with a customer the other day who had a dog on 10 medications, including Prozac. And we literally, by looking at what she was taking, and of course, I always tell people, consult your vet, consult your medical professional. And we were able to get the animal off almost everything except one heart medication. These shots are destroying their liver. They're destroying their kidneys, putting extra pressure on the body that doesn't need to be there. It's like, okay, this fixes this, but these are the side effects.
Right.
Same thing with animals.
Right. And it's interesting because I was going to say, you know, I have a little bit of high blood pressure, a little bit of my blood sugar is high because I'm an addict, you know, and that's causing inflammation, which is, you know, not, I mean, after, you know, Dr. Pepper and I have had a great, but I can't quit it. I can't stop it. I mean, it's crazy. When I get up in the morning, I like to, you know, I'm a writer. I like to write in the morning and work then. And, you know, I want to be done with my writing by 10 in the morning, you know, 7 to 10 or something like that. And the sugar and the caffeine, I can literally feel the difference in my brain just waking up when I feed it that stuff. But I know it's bad for me, alternately.
But it's also delicious.
It's also delicious. But here's the thing. We have coffee. And it's the most beautiful, amazing coffee ever. And we have infused it with the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. So it is a superfood, a superfood, which we know good coffee is, not the coffee we buy in the store, because it's filled with pesticides, it's filled with fungus, it's got all kinds of problems that are not good. But this has your wonderful coffee, that's superfood, and the Coriolis versicolor. So maybe we could get you on this instead of that Dr. Pepper.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Not optimistic, but we'll talk about it.
Do like a transition where he's like 50% coffee.
Yeah.
50%
That could be an
Dr.
interesting
Pepper.
drink. Yeah. Dr. Pepper coffee. Yeah. You know, and also we get to a point with this where we say the best thing we've done is make this affordable. Our super sauce for cats and dogs, for the older dogs that have no teeth, and then the cats who are finicky, it's $8 a month. I mean, when you have something that's that inexpensive, and the mush pony's $10 a month, you know, we're doing this for the right reason. And it's probably been the most incredible mission I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I think it's pretty incredible. Right now, I have a crown in here that was like, it's so old I forgot this tooth was even a crown, right? And a piece of it broke off. And it's like, okay, so in January I got to get an appointment to get a new crown made. But it's sore right now. It feels like it's infected or something. Is there anything that you guys make for people, as a for instance, that I could take that will the immune system booster clear that infection up?
The immune system actually fights back against infections. And it's more powerful and stronger than antibiotics or anything else. I have not taken any medication, not even an ibuprofen or an allergy pill, in 4 years.
Yeah,
not one.
You're not over 50 or anything. I mean, you're
I'm
still
very close. But she had a very serious autoimmune disease. She was taking all kinds of stuff. So
I was on a lot of.
Well, I definitely want to get on to some products from you guys to try.
Well, yeah, and somebody on your chat was just asking about the mush pit. I think that's a cute name, mush pit. For pit bulls, we definitely recommend that they go with the ponies because they can cut them in thirds. And then again, $10 a month, it becomes very affordable. But yeah, mush pit's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
But yeah, we have a lot of pit bulls that have severe allergies. I have a picture of a white pitty that's just covered with red blotches that are oozing. And this poor firefighter who owned the dog was spending a fortune on steroids and all this medication. They couldn't get it right. And we literally have pictures of this animal progressing over a 4-week period. Within 4 weeks, it was completely cleared up and the animal was pain-free and the animal was like running around and eating and it just fine after that. But we just had to get that immune system solidified. And again, we also have foods too for the animals. We have freeze-dried foods that have the same wonderful mushroom in it and antler powder. It's freeze-dried.
Has a lot of minerals.
A lot of minerals. And minerals are important too, Mike. Not so much for your cats, but we do things like antlers, natural shed antlers, because in the wild, your animals would be chewing on tree bark. They'd be licking rocks. They would be picking up antlers and chewing on them. So we do provide antlers, and we also bake antler powder into Bucky Bites for minerals. If you have a dog that's constantly licking their paw pads, that's missing something. It's looking for something. And when
if they're like chewing on rocks or eating a lot of wood or grass or dirt, that's their way of telling you that their body's missing minerals.
Yeah, my dog ate a rock. My dog Cody almost died. In fact, you guys came to say goodbye. Yeah. He ate a rock that big, and he's a little guy, and his intestines are that big, and almost died. Well, we figured out he was lacking something. We gave him Bucky Bites. He's never paid attention to rocks since.
Well, that's good because you don't want your dog eating rocks. That's not a good thing.
But Lot will. Or they're obsessed with them. They'll carry them around and people, why are my dogs doing this? It's doing it because it's trying to get the minerals out of the rocks.
Right. Yeah, and I have some of that Celtic sea salt stuff. I take a little bit of that every day, which they say is 10 times better than real salt and in terms of mineral absorption and stuff like that. Okay, I want to ask you another question. I have a kitty, Miss Fluffy Muffy, who is older and she's fat. I was going to say she's a little bit fat. She eats too much. But she lost her sister about 1.5 years ago, and she's had, arthritis in her back legs, right? And then something happened last year where she fell when I wasn't around. I mean, I used to put her food up on a dresser with like steps up so she could get up there to eat and leave it there so the dog couldn't get to it. So partly. And she fell or something, and all of a sudden she could barely get around. She could barely get up on the bed. I had to lift her up on the bed. It was terrible. But I do want to ask you, because I did take her to the vet, and they put her on a new medication, which they called Silencia, which I'm going to show here real quick. And they gave her a shot of Silencia, and I've had her on it now about every month for a little while. And I got to tell you, it's not really a medication that looks like Miss Fluffy, but it's not. But within 2 hours, she was jumping up, back up on the dresser, no problem. Like there was nothing wrong. And she's had shots like that. I'm wondering, is there something that we have that you guys make that could replace that medication? Because not only is it $87,
Right.
I don't want her on drugs. I'd rather have her on something natural. So
well, and Mike, 34% of the income that comes from veterinarians comes from pharmaceuticals. Yeah. Also, they push the #1 recalled food out there. If you watch the documentary called Petclub, Fooled, Petclub, it is an incredible documentary on the foods that we are feeding our animals and how to better pick a food. Yes, and Kristen's going to talk about the super sauce in a second, but I'm going to talk about the bone issues. This product can build bone. When I started the product, before my chemotherapy, after my surgery, I was on 1 year of high dosage. When I went in for my final testing after this whole year of craziness, my bone density had gone from full-on osteoporosis back to the density of a 40-year-old, and I'm 65 years old.
Wow.
It builds bone. So again, helping with your teeth issues too, it's going to build that bone area. And then Kristen's going to talk about the super sauce for the kitty.
Yeah, it not only helps with the bone, but ligaments, tendons, tendons. We have animals with ACL tears and all kinds of ligament tears, and those surgeries are really expensive, $3,000 to $5,000 in 2 months with this mushroom in their system, and their body actually repaired it themselves. And we do have something for Miss Fluffy.
I know, it's cute name. Yeah, Fluffy.
It's Puffy Muffy. Yeah.
Puffy Muffy.
I was thinking of Fluffy because of her.
Well, it's a long story, but she was named by Aurora, my kitty who passed away, through my pet psychic, Denise, who said she can only reincarnate to be Aurora's friend if she has a stupid name and she isn't as pretty as Aurora. So it's a long story, but it's pretty funny.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Well, this super sauce can be really helpful for her. It's a handmade gravy. All of the products are human grade Whole Foods and human grade kitchens and all handmade. And it has not only that Coriolis versicolor mushroom in it, but also minerals and vitamins and antioxidants in it. So this will be incredibly helpful. You literally just mix in like a teaspoon to a tablespoon a day with their food. And it's really, really good for them. And, you know, regardless of what you're dealing with, and even yourself, I see someone asking if it helps with asthma or cataracts. And the good thing is that it supports the immune system. And then the immune system then goes in and corrects the asthma, it corrects the cataracts, it corrects the stigmatisms, the glaucoma, whatever it might be that's happening inside of the body. Again, this alone doesn't cure anything. It just feeds the immune system. The immune system is what goes in and does it. So we even have people that get the products and they have an intention. And I think we're just conditioned as Americans, or, you know, just people today are conditioned to want to treat symptoms. You know, the pharmaceutical company has done a great job of programming us that way, where we want to take this for that and this for this and this for that. And next thing we know, we have.
I just want my tooth to stop hurting.
Yeah. You know, but the thing is, like, the immune system knows exactly what's wrong. It can go directly to the source of what's creating that symptom in the first place, kind of like a check engine light, right? We've been taught when your check engine light comes on in your car, you don't just turn it off. You don't just shut it off, which is what medications do to mask symptoms. It just shuts off the symptom, but it never addresses what created the problem, what created the symptom in the first place. Well, the immune system knows what it is. So it goes directly to the source and addresses it there. And then by default, the symptom goes away. So we have people that say, oh, I want to see better. So they start taking the mushroom. Next thing they know, their hernia is gone, or they had, you know, PADS, you know, pulmonary arterial disease. That's just suddenly gone. And all of these different things happening in the body, because the body will prioritize, you know, what needs to be helped first. And then it will work on everything else that's less severe.
Well, and I had cataract surgery on one eye, and then the doctor said, well, the next eye is, you know, going to be needed in, you know, in about a year. Well, it's been almost 4 years now. And every time I go back to the doctor, she goes, I just don't understand why this cataract's not getting worse. Guess what?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So that kind of brings me back to another question that I think I'd like to know, like how exactly, like, it's been said that, and I believe this is true, your body can really only heal when you sleep. So does any of this stuff help you sleep? Because I mean, like a lot of people, I have a touch of sleep apnea. I have a machine. It seems to help, but it doesn't help as much. So do you have anything that actually helps sleep so that you can heal during the night?
Yeah, the immune system. The immune system controls that whole process for you. So we have people with sleep apnea that are no longer on CPAP machines. We have people that had insomnia that sleep very well and restfully now, because whatever was creating their insomnia was actually a physical, like biological problem that they were having. So that's the best thing. My favorite thing about this mushroom so far, taking it myself, is how well I sleep. I used to have such a hard time falling asleep, and I would just be so restless all night long. And now it's so, you just go to bed and then I wake up and I feel fine. I just wake up easily too.
And what's ironic about that is that this mushroom actually does give you more energy. Like most people, at the end of their energy, they still have a lot of day left. Mm-hmm. But when they're on this mushroom, at the end of the day, they're like, wow, I got so much done today. And I still feel like I can do more. But then when they go to sleep, boom, they go right to sleep. Right. Again, the immune system's just doing what it's supposed to do. It gets you through the day. It helps you get through the night.
So do you think that, as you know, they say as we get older, we sleep less, and I think I've found that to be true.
Yeah.
And so is that because the immune system is a little beaten down, it's not functioning quite as well, right? So when a teenager sleeps until 12 noon, that's actually a healthier state of being.
Right. Right. Their body's still building, it's still growing, it's still doing all of its proper functions. It hasn't been compromised so horribly as it has by the time, we have all these toxins and these metals and all this residual stuff in our bodies. And especially when we put a food like this mushroom into our system, sometimes people will go through a physical detox because they have no idea the toxic load that's in their body. And the body, once the immune system supported, its first goal, its first.
I know what my toxic load is.
But it's a doctor.
Yeah, well, but here's the other thing too. Animals, where are their noses? Dogs, down in the ground. What is in the ground? Roundup. Why are dogs having so much cancer? Gee, I don't know. Maybe we can put 2 and 2 together. There's so many things out there environmentally that are affecting our animals, just like people. And Kristen made a good point, and you had talked once before about people who might have made a choice that they regret now about some things that happened medically in their life in the last couple of years. This can actually help detox their body and hopefully get rid of some of the remnants of.
And we have to dance around that subject, but we all know we're talking about the lollipops.
Yes.
Lollipop, folks. If you've mistakenly or wish you hadn't taken a certain lollipop, it may help you with that. And that's good. I think you combine that with other miracle drugs like Ivan and Roxy that can be very helpful. That's the point I was trying to make with Silencia, which is that I think a combination of proper pharmaceuticals and this kind of healthy stuff can make a big difference too, or at least it can help you transition from one to another. Sorry, go ahead, Diana.
We were just talking about dosage too. The one thing about this mushroom is that in the beginning, you definitely want to double up, triple up if you are fighting something, because you need to give that immune system the extra support. My words were, I wanted to slap my body into submission when I got cancer. I wanted that immune system to just freaking wake up and do its job. So the normal dosage of this for humans is 1 per 50 pounds. So if you're 150 pounds, you take 3 a day. 150 pounds, 3 a day. I took 10 a day because I just wanted that body to wake up and do what it was supposed to do. And obviously it did.
And that's a good point. If I can add, but even for your pets, whether you're giving this to your pets or if you're taking it for yourself for your own conditions, there is a recommended amount that's just for general health and well-being. So if you are being preventative and you're being proactive and you just want to maintain that immune support, then you're going to do the recommended amount. If you have some health concerns for your pet or for yourself, then that are not necessarily life-threatening, then you're going to want to double or triple at the beginning. And then as the body starts course correcting and self-regulating, then you can go back down to the recommended amount. We tell people, especially if you're getting lab work done, once you see those improvements in the lab work, then you can go down to the recommended amount. Now, if you're dealing with something that's life-threatening or more catastrophic, then we recommend 4 to 5 times that amount just when you get started. And of course, we don't want anyone to be stretched beyond their means, but if it's within your means, we highly recommend that, because the immune system will take all of that and just thank you and start going to work right away. And then as improvements start happening, you can go back down.
It's almost like vitamin C in the sense you can't take too much of it, really.
Well, vitamin C, actually, if you ate, look, I know this because this happened to me when I was 5. I loved my little vitamin C, little oranges. I don't know if you remember, they were in the shape of the oranges. And I ate a whole bottle of it when I was 5. And I had to go to the hospital and get my stomach pumped, because immune boosters like that can actually cause toxicity in the body if you take too much of it at once. You can eat a whole bottle of the mushrooms. Absolutely nothing will happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
We are going to recommend that. But here's the thing, guys. Like my blood sugar's a little high. My blood pressure's a little high. I would like better blood flow. So I would probably start with
you would start with
more than the recommended, maybe double it or something. And next time I get my blood work done, I'll be really interested to see. So we'll run an experiment. We'll run an experiment for people. So I'll get that stuff from you, and we'll talk about the dosage. And I'll double the normal background dosage. I'm sure just taking the recommended dosage would see an improvement, but maybe next time around, I'll be good enough that I don't even need to take the medications or something. Maybe
just what Kristen said, we hate to see people who say, well, I just can't afford to take 5 times as much, so therefore I'm not going to take any. A little bit is going to be better than nothing. Mm-hmm. And there's a woman on there asking Jane about her older cats that are peeing outside the box. Oh, and I'm wondering what we can do with UTI, and that they're recently on CBD for stress. First of all, that's great. Keeping them on CBD for stress is a good thing. This mushroom, in the form of either the super sauce or changing the food to the freeze-dried food, definitely going to help with the UTI. And once you get that under control, they're not going to pee outside the box. They're peeing outside the box because they think that the box is hurting them because it hurts to pee. It's just a psychological thing that happens with cats.
Okay. I have a friend. I was trying to do something. Just hang on a second.
So Ripley's getting the super sauce. So Kim, we'd love for you to keep us posted. The email that we have is mikebarapets@gmail.com. And I will be personally answering those emails. Kristen will be helping me. But anything that we can do to help answer some questions and help guide you in the direction of what you may want to order, we're more than happy to do that for you, because sometimes we have some questions.
I just put the banner down, mikebarapets.com, all lowercase, where you can order this stuff through the show, and everybody, and get it directly to Diana and Kristen. I was going to say Kim's story is pretty extraordinary, because she had this kitty Ripley almost 3 years ago now. They basically said, you should put him down. He's not going to make it. I forget Kim. Not going to make it. Got leukemia, got cancer, all these problems, not going to make it. And she actually started doing an ivermectin protocol, an Ivan protocol, and that saved him and brought him back to life. And Jennifer Jen used that on one of her kitties, and she took the liquid and she just put it on the back of his neck once a week or once every 2 weeks. And then this stuff sounds like it's even better for them.
Well, this is going to also support the immune system. On top of that, you pretty much look like you've taken care of the problem, but boy, that immune system's been compromised. Let's get it back up and running. And if you want to put in the ticker also the email, mikebarapets@gmail.com, I am more than happy to help counsel people and help them through the process of what they need for themselves and their animals.
Okay, let's go. Hang on while I do that live. That's the thing I love
about vaccines for dogs. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of holistic vets out there that can give you their opinion of vaccines. We are not veterinarians, but I can tell you, if you talk to the holistic vets, they have got ways, such as a titer test for rabies. If you have to prove that your dog doesn't have rabies, you can get a titer test, which is a little blood test, a little prick, and it will tell you that rabies vaccine is still working and in there. I'm not going to say I'm an anti-vaxxer, but I would talk to a holistic vet before you take the dog in.
I did have to get we have to get Barkley a rabies vaccine every so often, even though he doesn't really go out unless he's on a leash. And the cats, we had to get rabies vaccines for them, even though they're all indoors. They never go out, to fly them down here.
We're giving our dogs flu shots right now. They are telling us we have to have flu shots in order to have a dog's teeth cleaned. Come on. You know.
So again, guys, down below, it's mikebarapets.com, and we'll go take a look at that site in a second. And the Gmail is mikebarapets@gmail.com to talk to Diana about very specific stuff. Let me go through a few questions, and then do you guys have other stuff you want to talk about? Is there more?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're just happy that
we're able to. Dana Harris says, can these products help with extreme allergies? Okay, we talked about that. Yes. And Katie wants to know if you guys, Kathy Holland, do you ship to Canada?
Yeah. We do. We ship to 22 different countries.
Okay, great. So that's not a problem.
We have a dog in Bangladesh right now on our product.
Bangladesh.
Yes,
Oh, Ruben Darren Mastuthani, one of our
yes.
best guys. Yeah. Jane says she's completely sold.
Right.
So let's go back. That's great. Let me slide over to the Rumble side and see if anybody has any questions. Over
Well,
there.
and what I'm excited about is testimonials too. As you
Yeah.
get testimonials, please email them to me because
I will.
I love the testimonials.
Yeah.
We're never surprised anymore,
Yeah.
are we? We used to be
I can
surprised.
actually share one with
Yeah.
you if you don't mind.
Oh, this is a good one.
I got
This
a
is-
voice
this is a
voice
really good one.
message from a friend and brought tears to my eyes.
You told me to get super sauce for my kitty. She is 17, and they said that she had a tumor in her bladder. And I just got back from the vet, and I'm like happy crying. Your super sauce, I'm just gonna cry. Like, I can't wait to see you again and like hug you and tell you all about this. But like, they said that the tumor in her bladder is almost completely gone. And I've been giving her that super sauce all the time, like twice a day. I doubled the amount, like you said. And I am just so beyond happy. Thank you so much. I love you. Like, thank you for telling me to get this.
Isn't that great?
That is fantastic. That is just
So look at
fantastic.
the cat. My cat is staring me down until I buy.
Even the cat knows. I wear the shirt, my pet's on mushrooms.
Yeah, my
Pet's on mushrooms is yours.
Well, yeah, your t-shirt's backward. Show us that again.
Oh, my pet's on mushrooms is yours.
Yeah. Okay.
I need
Thank
to put
you.
the screen on that. Yeah.
Wow, you embarrassed me a little bit there. Your t-shirt's backwards. But
It's encoded. Yeah, it's encrypted.
Okay, so all right. I had something else. Oh, what was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. Oh, over on the Rumble side, there's a question. Hang on, let me pull over to Rumble. Hi, this is Rosemary. My white shepherd digs constantly and no signs of fleas, horrible shedding, super high anxiety. What would be good for her? What would be good for Rosemary?
Well, she's digging because she's looking for something. She's digging because she's looking for minerals. She's also digging because she's anxious because she doesn't feel good. When you don't feel good, they get anxious. You can't reason with an animal. You also can't give them a placebo. Either something's going to work or it isn't. So I would definitely recommend the shepherd's a shepherd, maybe mush ponies.
Yeah, I would do the mush ponies.
Yeah,
the mush ponies.
Yeah,
And-
a lot of times they can't tell us I have a headache. They can't tell us I'm itchy. They can't say these things.
Yep.
So when sometimes that anxiety is caused by that, I don't know about you, but when I'm irritable or I get fidgety too when I don't feel well.
Right.
So same thing happens with our pets. That's their way of telling us they're not feeling well.
Well, and you can't tell them why, and they don't understand. So then they get anxious. And when they get anxious, their stomach secretes things, and it goes into their esophagus, and it causes more problems. Also, the Bucky bites for this dog because there's minerals. This dog is probably lacking minerals, which is affecting the skin and the coat. And between the mushroom and the Bucky bites, you're going to be able to, for under $20 a month, be able to get this animal in much better condition.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, Mary Gold has a dog named Oakley. He's a yellow lab. He's 70 pounds, and she has anxiety. What would help her? What's the best thing for just anxiety?
Well, and we know that you work with the CBD gurus. We are a big proponent of CBD for dogs, and I have some certifications in that. I'm more than willing to talk to people about that and help steer them. But don't forget the immune system with mush ponies. Definitely you want to get that dog on mush ponies too, because that's going to help the immune system.
Okay, good. Kim's got to go. Thank you for being here, Kim. Jane Meyer says, thanks for this. Mike, where have you ladies been all my life? Well, that's what I ask myself. I haven't met Kristen. I've met Diana. But that's what I ask myself all the time.
Yeah.
Where have you ladies been all my
We're
life?
going to help you get that date for New Year's Eve, Mike. We're working on it.
Okay, fine. That's all right. That's fine. Okay, RM McBride. I recently bought the super sauce for an elderly cat, but have not started it yet. Currently, he takes Dasaquan for arthritis. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to get this question out of the Telegram group. Thanks for putting it in here. Takes Dasaquan for arthritis. Will he still need to continue the Dasaquan while on the super sauce, or will the mushroom product be enough?
So we have glucosamine, chondroitin, and keratin in with our mushroom, which is good for the hips and the joints. The two will work well together, but a lot of times we can help them get off of some other medications that are hard on their bodies. But when you are putting two drugs together or two things together with our mushroom, there's no interaction.
Yeah.
There's no interaction.
Really just what you feel most comfortable with. If you want to do them both at the same time, or if you want to wean them off of the medication and onto the mushroom, or if you just want a cold turkey, do it. It will be a little more shocking for their body, but they'll be fine. Yeah.
Right. I thought there was one or two other questions in the Telegram. I'm checking that. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was Rob McBride. I brought the Chorus Verde color for my elderly cat. Should I discontinue the Dasquin? That was the question we just got.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if you've got an animal that's really picky and that won't eat, you can take the human form of the green and you can open the capsule and put it in their food. I am going to say that if any of your customers or any of your platform out there goes and orders, we are on back order right now on the Enforced Regular. It'll be available in a couple weeks, but go ahead and get your name in the queue, get on the wait list, and go ahead and move forward with a tablet of the Enforce Plus. You can always grind that up and put on their food if an animal's not going to eat one of our products, which is very rare. Yeah.
Okay.
On a special diet.
Yeah.
I'll be sending an email to the ladies for more info and recommendations. Good, Dana. And Kenneth B says, told my cat I'm going to teach him to talk. He turned to me and said, me how? You know what, Kenneth? Go search Fluent Pet. You can teach your cat to talk, and your dog. There's these little push buttons, and you can train them to know what the words mean. And there's a kitty on YouTube called Billy Speaks is the channel, Billi, Billy Speaks. And that cat has about 100-word vocabulary. Catnip, now, mad, give me catnip. And so that can be done. I need to get my kitty Fluent Pet.
And they even say please and thank you.
Well, and we also have for treats and toys, because treats and toys are killing our animals. They're plastic, they're biting off pieces, they're ending up in their stomach, they're leaching poisons into them. We do have natural hemp rope that they can play with, and if they eat it and digest it, it's no big deal. And for the cats, we have hemp rope with a little bow, a bell, and it's put in a bag with some catnip that you can refresh it. It's kind of a really cool little toy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So Miss Fluffy Muffy is a picky eater. She eats, but she likes kibble. It's weird. Like if I put out tuna for her, she's kind of like, I mean, a cat that doesn't like tuna. So with the sauce, how do I get it? How do I get it to her? How do I, try to, is there something other method to get, because I think we talked about the sauce being the best thing for her with her back.
But
right?
some cats won't eat it because they don't like the salmon flavor. We have had some people that have gone to the dog sauce for their cats because it's a beef flavor. We've also had people who have used our freeze-dried food as a topper, but some cats they're just finicky. They love those. Like they love the mojos. They're good for your cat.
I mean, the one thing that she loves to eat are Temptations, these little Temptation treats. They're hard on the outside and soft on the inside. She's like addicted to those. But maybe I can get some sauce.
But you have to look at what's in them and where they're manufactured.
And I'm glad that you said that, because if you currently are feeding your pets anything and you see the words byproducts, animal byproducts on it, that could include euthanized animals, roadkill, animals that are too sick for human consumption, all get sold to pet food manufacturers and pet treat manufacturers at a discount. Yeah. So be wary of that.
Yeah, the documentary Pet Fold is a great place for your audience to go, as well as Fantastic Fungi. Fantastic Fungi is an incredible documentary. It's beautiful to watch about the power of mushrooms. It does not touch on cancer or some of the more catastrophic things, because they probably wouldn't have been able to make it if they.
It does talk a little bit about Paul Stamets' mom.
Yeah, for like 10 seconds. That's all you get.
Okay.
And the other question a lot of people will ask us, are these mushrooms psychedelic? No, they are not. Mike's going, oh, darn.
That's kind of the joke with Kristen's t-shirt there, but yeah. Cats with diabetes, so try to help you with that. Is catnip good or bad? I think
It's personal feeling on that. It doesn't have any negative health effects. Some people don't want their animals to be high. I get it. Some people don't like the exuberant energy that they get. One woman I know thinks it's cruel, but then other people think it's entertaining and it's good exercise for the animal. So, you know.
Well,
as long as we use organic catnip, so at least there's
Right.
none of the chemicals or pesticides or anything in it.
Yeah. If it's bad for them, why do they love it so much? I don't know. It's a natural mix.
How smart is that, Mike? They know. They know what's good and what's bad for them. And it's interesting because it's just instinctive. In the wild, they would be searching for what's good for them.
Okay, let's go tell everybody where they can pick this stuff up. You can obviously go to MikeBarraPets.com. It'll take you directly to this site. It's simple lowercase m, MikeBarraPets.com. Show you. And you can go and pick up the products there. You can ask questions. You can watch some of the informative videos. They have stuff about all the different products there for dogs and for cats. It talks about the type of mushroom, all the different products that everybody has. And go to MikeBarraPets.com.
And then if you go to shop now, Mike, then you can pick dogs, cats, horses, or humans.
Okay.
So up at the top, you'll see shop now.
Shop.
And that way they can go and shop by whether they're looking for themselves or for a cat or for a horse.
Dog, cats, horses, and humans. All good stuff. I'm trying to find the
all the way to the top. You'll see a shop now, right on the top of the banner.
Yeah. Am I not showing that?
No,
Yeah.
it's not showing.
Oh,
it's kind of froze up.
froze.
It froze up.
Oh, okay. There we go. It created a new tab. Yeah. Dogs, cats, horses, and humans. You can see it now, right?
Yeah, up at the very top. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the products that we're talking about right here. All kinds of cool stuff.
That Mojo product is amazing because it's dogs, cats, horses. Everybody loves it. It's just a natural freeze-dried liver. And when you freeze dry, that literally keeps 100% of the nutrients in place. And then your viewers get the online pricing, which if you see the online pricing that's posted and then you see the offline pricing, it's about a 15% discount.
Okay.
Buying it online through you.
Great stuff. So MikeBarraPets.com. It'll take you right to the site to pick up all of this cool stuff. And I also wanted to let everybody know about the Christmas house on 5th Street in Boulder City, Colorado, which I had a great time there. Nevada. Sorry. Why do I say Colorado? Why did I say Colorado?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Dale, what's up? And there they are. Is a nice little story on the Christmas house. It is a wonderful place in Boulder City, Nevada, to go see the Christmas house. And Dale and Diana put that up every year. It's an amazing place, guys.
He does it all.
He does it all. Dale does it all. All right, so we got to figure out when we're going to have another party up there, and you let me know. And Dave and I will be up there. I think we'll probably leave Barkley at home this time. By the way, Barkley left you a present.
Oh, that's okay. We're used to that.
Yeah, we fixed it. Okay.
I thought he had a good time though, and you saw there was a lot of dogs.
Oh yeah, a lot of dogs came by.
Dogs, easy. Yeah.
It was loads of fun. Okay, guys. Let's see. Tamu Najina is here. Catnip is good for people too. It's an antiviral, anti-runs and more. I didn't really want to talk about.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to add before we move on with our day? I hope we get a lot of sales on this because I know I'm picking up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Try.
I just want to thank you for all that you're doing and for just thank you for asking questions and connecting people with all of this great information. We just appreciate you and your platform. We appreciate your viewers, and thanks for letting us share what's been happening and what's possible for people and their pets. We really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here and sharing this information. And, you know, as much as Barkley loves this, I knew it was good for him. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I got to get some of this stuff for myself too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys had me on. We've set up MikeBarraPets.com, and I will start pimping that site every show that I do from now on, along with CBD Gurus and all the other great, wonderful people who contribute to this ever-growing community that we're creating.
All natural. Again, that's where we're all at. We don't want to call it alternative. We want to see it become mainstay.
Yeah. And, Diane, I think your story alone is sold me on everything. It's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got a few little things that could become big things going on in my life. Let's see if we can knock them out right now, and I can have the body back that I had when I was 49.
Well, there you go. There you go.
What did I bring to the party? 2 guns and a 6-pack. That's what I brought. 2 guns and a 6-pack. All right, ladies. Thank you very much, Diana and Kristen, for being here. I appreciate it. This, unlike other videos that we do, is going to stay up forever because there shouldn't be anything controversial about it on Rumble, on Mike Bear 2, on Mike Bear 3, on Mike Bear 333 on YouTube. And I will spread it around to my social media as well. Thanks for the little social media card you gave me there. I'll get it up on Instagram and a few places like that.
Great.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Nice to see you.
We will do this again. I got my Thursdays and Fridays open. Maybe we'll do it again before Christmas.
You know what? We love doing this and putting this message out there. We're trying to be a voice for those that don't have a voice of their own.
Yeah. And that would be our cats and our dogs. And wow, amazing that you said that at that moment because it just flipped 11-11.
Nice.
So
That's nice.
The angels agree with you. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. Love you all. See you. I'll be back on Monday with Jen. Love you guys.
Awesome. Bye-bye.